Can you hear me any better?
Just a little bit.
Let me see real quick.
Hold on, let me see something. Can y'all hear him good? Say something real quick.
Testing.
I mean, it's all right. If you can talk a little louder, it's kind of low, but we should be able to hear you once you get into it.
Appreciate you having me on here, Kwame. Let's get it. Make sure you got it. See.
Do you have a volume on the computer or something that's maybe low, or either the mic?
Everything up. Let me see something. I'm gonna put my headset on here. That might make it a little easier.
Yeah, that might work better. Well, you got some people mad at you, man.
I've been talking shit all week. It's easy to get people mad at you when you tell the truth. You should know that.
Right. I know a thing or two about that.
When you start telling the truth, they ruffle a whole lot of feathers.
Man.
And that's what I do. See, Kwame, I've been for the past 2 years calling out bullshit on people that's been scamming, people that's been doing unethical behavior. And one thing about in our community, when you say something about a black person, you instantly a hater. You're trying to tear somebody down. You're trying to, whatever they want to. It's never anything positive. You can't have correction in the community. If you even say something that somebody did something wrong, they take it in the context that you hate.
Mm-hmm. And that's a big problem, because how can you correct anybody if everything is hate instead of just trying to get a better understanding? There you go. We hear you good.
You can hear me better now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
All right.
So how do we get to a point that where we can have healthy dialogue, and maybe we can call some people out to the square without it falling on deaf ears and without you becoming the hater?
I mean, this I'll keep it real with you, man. I think our community needs to wake up. When I look at where we are right now, it's a scary place. Literally right now, for the past couple of weeks, I've been in a couple of different dramas where I was calling out people for doing or saying something that was wrong. The other day, I had a gentleman that was on a podcast, a national podcast. He got on the podcast and he began giving out information that was bank fraud. And I just, I came out and I made a post that said, hey, you can't do that. That's bank fraud. You will go to jail. Now, you got hundreds of thousands of people that watch this podcast. When I put up the post saying that I was bank fraud, now I'm a rat, I'm a snitch, I'm a hater, all these different things for something that, like, okay, now you go take that advice and you go to jail. Now who you going to talk to? Because when you go and do something where you talking about getting sick, because the example was to get 6 figures from Navy Federal Credit Union. I said, y'all niggas think they gonna let y'all come get $100,000 of their goddamn money and they gonna come looking for it? Mm-hmm. And then all hell break loose. Mm-hmm. Now you a hater. You trying to tear a black man down. All off facts. I said, hey, I ain't say one negative thing about this guy. Mm-hmm. I just literally said, if you do that, you're going to jail. That's bank fraud.
Right.
But inside our community, what we do is we start attacking the people that bring transparency to things that we need to talk about, things that aren't right. When I reached out to you a couple of weeks ago, I had, a lot of respect just what I had saw you having to deal with personally. Like, you had all the smoke issues and just kind of like defending your name. And when I look at what we got going on right now, is so many people who talk about black empowerment, black financial literacy. And that's the space that I'm in right now. I teach people how to do real estate. I teach people how to wholesale real estate. It's a strategy where you don't have to have a lot of money. It's a very beginner stage to real estate. It's a very, very great way for people to get in the entry and start making money. Mm-hmm. Well, in the financial space right now, you have a lot of people that definitely, when the pandemic hit, started trying to capitalize on black trauma, but in many different facets. And I just call out stuff that's unethical. And when you start talking about people who will market about Black trauma, and I'm talking about using things like Tulsa, for example, or any of the things in the past that led to, the financial wealth gap, you start seeing these people use that as their pitch to sell their courses, their products and services. Now, there's a lot of people that obviously, like, when you start looking at our culture, what we went through in the last, definitely in the last couple of years with the abuse that, George Floyd, everybody that was, we got people now riding these waves that really ain't about the people, but they'll pitch this stuff to sell their products and their services. And that's where I start calling that shit out. Like, hey, that's not right. That's not ethical to sell somebody's mom or whatever based off the blood of people that died in our community. That's foul.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know people sell shit on the internet. You can sell whatever you want to, but when you start using the Black trauma and really using that as a way to leverage your products and sell shit, I just say that's not the right way to do it.
They want to know who are you and what were you being accused of?
Well, I wasn't accused of anything. My name is Tony the Closer for all the people that are new to me. I'm a real estate entrepreneur. I teach people how to get into real estate without having to have a real estate license, credit, or any experience at all. Currently, right now, I'm doing a 31-day free training. Typically, every couple months, I do stuff just to go back and give into the community. So I see my man Pocket Watcher, JT. Shout out to JT. I speak the truth. I call out all the bullshit, and that's why, like, guys like JT, he does a really good job on his channel of calling out scammers and unethical behavior. See, and I said this earlier for like the people that just joined in. I really put a focus on trying to uplift and empower us with financial literacy, teaching you how to do the real estate strategies, how you can make money legally from home. And that's been my whole mission. For the last couple of years, I've probably trained close to 200,000+ people for free, put millions of dollars into our community by giving like real estate strategies, legal strategies that like would help empower the people in the hood and other places that didn't have means of making money. I took a lot of focus into really trying to build real estate into the Black community from my platform, because most people that look like me don't talk about it. Mm-hmm. Like, we just don't have many people that do it. So I just took the really aggressive approach of like, hey, I want to give as many people this information as I possibly can. I'll spend as much as I can to make sure my voice and my messages as far and reach as many people as I possibly can. So in the past like 3 years, millions of dollars have been made for free off my information. I'm talking about close to $10 million or more. I have literally made millionaires off the strategies that I train. Now, on the opposite side of this, we have people who leverage. Yeah, we know we'll talk about Gilly and them in a second as well. But we have people who leverage their platforms to literally just rob and steal from our community, and that shit's not right. There's people that are taking millions of dollars out of the community and making themselves rich in the name of Black power and Black empowerment. And that's the stuff that I called out. That's the stuff like with Jay Morrison, for example, with the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. I've been on his ass for 2 years straight. In addition to that, we did a joint business venture together where Jay, we talk about contracts all the time, right? Doing good business. Jay breached the contract 2 weeks before we have a huge event, $250,000 out of my pocket in a 6-figure giveaway. And then, he backs out and he's online talking about he's young Malcolm and he's giving all this, I'm about the Black people, but yet doing bad business to a whole bunch of Black people. Mm. So Jay was one of the guys that I called out. And then, like I told you, when you start calling these people out, you know what comes with it because you did it yourself. So when I talked to you earlier today, one of the things that's been sitting on me, you asked me about was my arrest video that happened in Miami.
Yeah. Because that happened to me before.
And that was something that really kind of triggered how I felt about a lot of people in the community. And I'm just going to keep it a buck. Mm-hmm. I got a deep. I wasn't even driving. I got a park while Black. I was parking while Black.
I ain't
Out of
trying to
parking
laugh,
lot.
but damn.
Yeah, I mean, that's the shit that we deal with, right?
Yeah.
I'm in Miami. I go to the one hotel, South Beach, and me, my family, my mom, everybody, we're having a great time. I got a Lamborghini coupe. I pull into the hotel, and the off-duty police officer, not an on-duty, off-duty police officer approaches me because I revved my engine when I pulled into the drive. At this point, this situation goes from me getting out of my car on a regular day to now I'm opening my car to get my trunk to get my bags out of my car, and he sees I had a rifle in my trunk, and he reaches in my trunk, pulls my rifle out illegally detains me, and all hell breaks loose. And for me personally, it really pissed me off because I got a pretty big platform, and I got guys like Sean King, Stack 5, all these guys follow me. And I couldn't have been more vocal and supportive when people, come to me and they want support. Like a lot of these guys that have these platforms, they come to you, they want support. They want people to always support their mission. Now I'm getting violated. I'm in the middle, I'm in the middle of the ground, and nobody says shit. Like everybody's quiet. And I couldn't understand, like, why was it that you put in so much for the community? Then these guys that say they're about the community, you hear them yelling about all this black trauma, but unless you get killed, they don't care.
Yeah, I say that all the time. It's like you have to. It was a couple of situations where the kids live, but they went through a situation that they could have died. They just handled it a little bit different. There's no lawyers that show up and give them pro bono help so they can get some type of reward from that or some type of compensation from it. It's only when they're laying in the street dead is when people show up to seem like they care and help. Why do you think that is? Because I think it's about money.
What I realized really after that situation is money and clout. These people don't care about you unless you're dead. And I'm gonna tell you, like, on some real shit, if you're not a hashtag, meaning that you done got bloodied in the street, like these attorneys, the Sean Kings, all them motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Don't come in my DM and tell me, oh, I feel bad for you, brother, but you can post a white girl that calls somebody a nigga in the grocery store, but you see me get violated and you calling me brother every single day. Now you see me get violated, you don't say a motherfucking thing. Like, see, for shit like that, I get uncomfortable because I can't look at you and say, okay, I watch you literally go and find a lady that works at Walmart and you'll get her fired from her damn job because she said nigga or acted aggressively to somebody. But yet now when somebody that you know is getting violated, you don't say anything. And then I start asking myself, why is that? Why is it that Sean King follows me, engages in my shit, asks me for help, like with helping them sell books and shit like that? But now when I'm in trouble, you don't support. Why don't you say anything? And then I looked around for a minute and I realized something. Oh, he follows Jay Morrison. He's friends with Jay Morrison. Oh, so I'm not part of y'all little go along, get along shit. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. How would your strategies and what you bring to the table for as the real estate side, when I noticed you brought up Jay Morrison, how does yours compare? How does it contrast? What will you offer the people that's different from his?
I'm not gonna steal your motherfucking money. I mean, Jay Morrison has a track record. I mean, he has one guy that he did business with that was a friend of his that he had over 500 grand that he stole from him. Ended up filing a bankruptcy after that case was when he lost the case. He did 6-figure loss with me. Like, so he has a pattern of, like, he's good at talking. Like, he's the smoothest talking dude out there. Like, he can talk his ass off, but when it comes to the results, he doesn't get anything done. So when people ask me, what do? I empower you. Because first off, I'm not doing it for you. I teach you the actual steps so you can do it on your own. Now, one thing about what we need is we need the actual information, right? The information changes situation. Too many people don't even realize how powerful real estate is and that you don't have to be licensed to get into the game. Too many people believe that you have to be a licensed real estate agent or broker before you can make money. Too many people think that you got to have experience. Too many people think you got to have a good background. See, for me, I found out all this stuff because my dad actually is a multimillionaire in the real estate industry. And for years, I used to always be intimidated like so many people were, because I thought that you had to actually have either a lot of money or great credit, or, you know, you couldn't get into real estate.
That's what all of us think. You got to have great credit. Can you expound on that part so people that don't understand that you can get real estate without great credit?
Right. So in this strategy, it's not about buying homes. Now, with wholesaling, we're actually going to be operating as the middleman. So when you're operating as a middleman, we're simply going to be looking for people that need to get rid of their homes and then sell their home, and then sell that contract. We're going to put that property under contract and then sell that contract to an end investor that's actually looking to find properties. See, right now, a lot of people don't realize there's a power in real estate. Last year in 2020, everybody panicked when COVID came. See, for me, I knew that one thing for sure, like when bad stuff happens, there's always opportunities, right? So when there's opportunities, you can now show people ways that they can make money. And that's what, like, it's going to be a little bit of a plug, but I wrote this book called Rona Proof. And it's called Rona Proof.
Show it again.
Let me see if I can get the angle right with the light.
There's the light. You might have to turn the light off real quick, just so they can see it.
Let me see.
Yeah, we can see it better. The closer, Rona Proof.
The closer's Rona Proof. I'll make sure that you guys have access to it.
Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the comment section when you get off, or either now.
But more importantly, what I laid out was a 10-step method that anybody can follow. And I take a lot of pride in really.
Somebody put it in there already.
I take a lot of pride in making this thing as simple as possible.
Where is it? Where'd it go?
When we talk about breaking this stuff down, I really wanted to make sure that people could understand how you could really do this. Like, you don't have to be experienced. You don't have to have great situations. And during the pandemic, I had people that were like broke as a joke, like no money, making money. I've had people that went from like $300 in their bank account to making 6 figures. This is literally one of the greatest ways to get into real estate right now, Rona Proof. And just so everybody knows, like, financial literacy and education, typically people charge you hundreds of thousands of dollars to even get access to it. I literally have a free 3-hour training to teach you exactly step by step how to do it. You can go to ronaproof.com. That's free. ronaproof.com. You can go step by step and watch exactly how you do it. Now, solutions for affordable housing. I'll talk about that a little bit. But what I want to talk about more importantly is how you can use the strategy that I'm teaching you, the Rona Proof strategy, wholesaling, to start building up your capital to now where you can have some money to operate. Because in wholesaling and real estate, this is what y'all got to understand. The average deal size is $10,000 to $12,000. So if you can go out here and get one deal a month, that's already more than what most people will be making in their 9-to-5 job. The average Black family is making $31,000 to $34,000 a year.
Yeah.
So I wanted to create, like, I understood that, like, when I created this program and what I wanted to do as far as giving education, I wanted it to be available to everybody. So when we start talking about affordable housing, we start talking about like real estate in general. First off, you got to own some stuff, but most of us don't have the money or the capital to be able to even own anything. So let's talk about, first and foremost, building up your bankroll. See, in 2017, I was dead broke. Like, I didn't have anything to my name. So I had to start building it up before I could even get to where I'm at now and be able to have real estate assets that I hold and be, you know, a millionaire. Prior to, I was trying to figure it out. Now, for all my people that just really understand this, you can literally find people in your neighborhood that are going through some sort of distress, meaning that they might be going through a divorce, maybe somebody's passed away, maybe they don't live in that neighborhood anymore. Maybe you even see a vacant or abandoned property that nobody's been attending to. These properties are gems. Like, we drive past gold every single day. People don't understand this. Like, in your own neighborhood, you might see this house that looks tall grass or abandoned. You like, what the hell is going on with this ugly house? Well, let me tell you something. That ugly house is gold. It's literal gold. And in real estate and in wholesaling, let me tell you how powerful it is. You don't have to have $1 in your bank account, and you literally can control any real estate asset as long as you have that contract. And what I teach in my Rona Proof strategy is how you can use that real estate contract to now be the middleman and make $10,000, $20,000 or more. And right now, I want to take like everybody that's in here that's looking for another way to be able to make some money and try to find a legal way to do it, I would definitely recommend, it's a free training. You go to ronaproof.com. You can literally, like 3 hours free education. I want everybody to take a look at it. If you want to make some money, ronaproof.com. If you want to get access to the book and you can read the book as you go along with the training that make it a little bit better for you, you can go to ronaproofbook.com to get the actual book itself.
I'm definitely gonna look at the training. I think stuff like this actually helps. I understand about real estate. I own real estate myself. I did it the hard way. My brothers were alleged drug dealers, so I was taught to pay for everything in cash, which is not necessarily the right way to do everything. So
right, yeah, and that's interesting, right? Because a lot of people think, hey, look, if I'm getting a $200,000 house, I need to have $200,000. Man, there's so many strategies. See, I thought the same way a lot of y'all thought. And then my dad, like I said, has been in this real estate industry for 26 plus years. And I learned strategies where you can actually acquire a property, a $200,000 property, where somebody pays you to take over their mortgage or their property. It's called subject to. So there's more than one strategy. So even my people that don't have a lot of money, there's ways that you can actually start getting into real estate and investing into real estate and making a lot of money. But you got to know how. You got to have access to the information. If you haven't already, I want you to get the basics, starting with Ronaproof, build up your capital, understand how wholesaling works for you, and then you can start, taking it and being more aggressive with trying to build out your portfolio, learning creative strategies, subject twos, cooperative leases. There's so many ways that you can literally control assets without having to use the full dollar amount. And when you start talking about, like, most people, they can have $100,000 and they'll go buy one house. $100,000 to me, I can get 10 houses.
What?
Yeah, because of creative strategies, subject twos and things like that. See, what you got to understand is there's people every single day that's going through shit. I don't want to deal with the person that has life going great. I want to talk to the people that got distress. You're going through foreclosures, bankruptcies, like tax liens. Because here's the reality: the bank's going to take the property back for most of those people anyway.
These people crazy. No, they talking about who stock box on record. I'll copy the son. Don't worry about that. Nah, go ahead and keep building, man.
So
you said you could get 10 houses for $100,000. I can't wait to hear this one.
So that's like using a strategy called subject to or cooperative lease. Now, what you would do is you would find people who already have homes that they are making payments on. They're probably behind on their payments, or they're looking to sell. Or somebody that's actually looking to sell, but they can't sell. See, I had a situation where there was a husband and a wife that had separate homes, and then they moved together. But now they had these two separate houses that they needed to sell. And they had too much work that they needed to do in the houses to be able to fix up. They didn't have enough money to be able to fix up the house and be able to, still sell. So what they did is they took less money and ended up doing what we call a subject to deal, where both of them actually paid to get out of their actual situation. So now we took over their mortgage payments, right? Took over their mortgage payments. Now they don't have the mortgage payments, so we're now covering their mortgage. So instead of getting that house for $200,000, I got that house for thousands of dollars, because I'm now dealing with the mortgage versus actually taking over the actual property itself.
They want to know, young lady, Ms. Patrice Gardner, want to know, do you do one-on-one training?
Right now, I do not currently offer one-on-one, just with all I have going on with the 31-day training and my Ronaproof. But what I will encourage anybody that wants to get hands-on training, or you want to get into real estate training, come into watch the Ronaproof training. Make sure you get a grip and understand that that's the free one. I want you, because I tell people all the time, if you watch my free training, I give it to you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, like, some people give you the bullshit. Like, they'll tell you, hey, come watch my free training, and it's only to sell you. I give you the shit. Like, hey, I want you to win with the information that I have in there. Now, if you want additional information, you want me to hold your hand as you go through the process, now I'm going to charge you, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the game for free. It's pre-recorded. You can watch it. You can do your own thing. You can watch, do it on your own time. Now, once you get me, now there's some fees involved.
Yeah.
with the 31-day challenge right now and my free webinar, I don't have the time available, but I do want people to know, like, get into the free webinar. Go and exhaust all the stuff that I have in there. I promise you, it is extremely informative. It's going to give you exactly step by step what you need to do in order to start right now.
Somebody have another question in the super chat. See, you got to understand, they're going to want you for the drama, but I think listening to you talk, I think you should maybe come here once a week or even on your platform. People should go subscribe, and you should just do a 1 day out of the week. Just do what you're doing now, which is give them the Rona stuff, because what you're saying makes sense, because I had a mentor tell me about that, getting the foreclosures list from downtown and getting all the people that like the hedge funds that like the harvest houses and stuff like that. So I kind of know a little bit about what you're talking about.
You on point, and I'll even give you guys a freebie right now. I'll show you. Let me address this Him 500 question real quick though, because I don't have like you spent your money. I'm gonna give you your answer. Yeah. Somebody said if Him 500 was committing fraud as you claim, why did you bring him $1 million worth of game? And I want to make sure y'all understand. And me and Him 500 just squashed our beef publicly, so y'all like the drama, right? Mm-hmm. So me and Him 500 the other day, he gave out some information that was fraud information, right? It was bad information. He came out and publicly said it himself. He had to eat that he made a mistake. When it comes to like how people look at when you call somebody out about a mistake that they said or something that they did wrong, let me be perfectly fucking clear. It's impossible to know what somebody's dirty laundry is. It's impossible to know what all the bullshit is until sometimes shit hits the fan. Right. Like, you just can't do it. Like, do you think he volunteered to tell me what he had going on from his childhood? Or you think he volunteered to tell me he had bullshit going on? A lot of times our community acts like really naive to like common sense shit. Like, do you think that I'm going to work with somebody I know is going to steal from me? Do you think I'm going to work with somebody that's going to take advantage of the community? No. Like, people you meet people, and he said it himself, he had met me one time, right? You meet somebody one time, what you expect? Yeah. They love this rocket snot box thing. What's the rocket snot box? I need to know what that is, man. Man, Hassan Campbell, a guy, he wear all these costume jewelry, and I copied him, and he does all this rocket snot box. He real animated it over the top, so everybody like that. But see, I brought him in with the drama, but like you, I'm able to give some jewels, so I think you can give them the drama. They want the drama, but like more importantly, man, I keep telling us like let me just back this shit up. For the last 2 weeks, I've been at this boy Him 500 ass for the shit that he said. So you know when I corrected him about saying something improper, then it became a bit of a like he wanted to throw shots at my past and try to bring up other shit to kind of distract off what was happening. Mm-hmm. Now. When people seen all the filth coming and all the drama, like they cheering it on. Y'all fuck each other up. Y'all kill each other for all we care. Like that's what people want us. They want us to fuck each other. They want us to kill each other. Now me and Him 500 is like, you know what, bro? For the culture, people need to see something different than niggas just wanting to take each other out. Like even though I don't agree with some of the shit that he's did, he's going to have to deal with that off the record and with the people that's going to have to deal with it. I brought the awareness of the situation that I had an issue with. It is not my job to rip you to pieces and try to kill this man. Like we all fuck up, we all make mistakes, but I think more importantly is like, where's your heart at? What's the transparency? Like, what are you really hoping to accomplish? We got too many people that prey on black people and then nobody says anything. My whole mission is to be transparent, is to help people make money and to do it the right way. And for the people that don't like truth, like maybe you need to just fucking stay away from me. Maybe you don't watch me. But I'm gonna always be on truth. Anybody they've ever heard me speak on Kwame, guess what they say? The close is 50-0 because every fucking body he call out, he fucking right. He always have him saying truth because everybody will call me a hater and a liar at first, right? Even the people that I'm attacking. And then guess what happens later? All of them
bring out the receipts.
I bring out the motherfucking receipts, and then they start making videos talking about, well, oh my bad. So for me, I know what I stand on. See, for the last 3 years, I've done nothing but put money into the black community. I'm talking about not just money that I've helped people make based on real estate, but money out of my own pocket from people that have been scammed and taken advantage of. Listen, on every Christmas, every holidays, man, I'm doing 12 days of Christmas, every single night, I'm giving $5,000 to $10,000 or more of my hard-earned money out for free. I'm talking about I'm giving abused mothers, abused domestic violence survivors money out of my pocket. I'm keeping people away from foreclosures. I'm saving people from repossessions. This is what I use my platform for. Like, this is what I use my platform for. So a lot of people want to try to talk about the bullshit, but like, let's talk about the people that's really uplifting the community and bringing people up. I knew somebody was going to ask me about this one. All right, Wallow and Gilly, man. Everybody, like, for let me just keep this shit like it is. We got too many people that talk that talk. They real about the community. They're giving you the game. They funny, and everybody love that personality. But more importantly than that, you got to start walking the shit that you saying. It's too many people who like clown behavior, clown shit. You see, I had a lot of respect for Wallow and Gilly, man. They like during the pandemic, we partnered together. They helped me build my brand up, and I'm gonna be thankful for that. So I always think about that when I be talking about these dudes, because I really don't want to take it to no messy shit. But I think something that's really important beyond that is like these guys, man. Fuck it, they backstabbed me. They literally backstabbed me. I mean, for 8 months straight, and this is a pattern with them. They did it to multiple other people. You know, you go in, you get cool with these people. They put on this persona like, hey, they bro, and they call them my kids and all this shit, nephew, all the little fake shit. And then the first time they had the opportunity, they did something for money to cut me out. And it's a shame how people will be talking about how real they are, and then they don't follow through with the actions and the shit that they say that they really about. Am I working with Pocket Watcher JT? Pocket Watcher JT. Well, y'all know, man. JT, false prophets, all the people that support exposing bullshit, I'ma always support them. Like, point blank, period, man. Like, that's what I'm about.
No, I mean, he is a grown man. Like, I saw a couple of your videos, so I knew you was a grown man, and you're not gonna run from nothing. Every time it seemed like you had an issue, you spoke about it. You spoke about it passionately, and you brought receipts. But to me, hearing you talk now, I think you're missing your calling, because I think you worried about too much of what people think. I think you can say, you can definitely defend yourself, because I'm gonna do the same thing. But man, hearing some of the stuff you say, I've heard it before, so I know you're right. And so I wish people would take in more of what you're right about, instead of trying to take in the drama. So they're trying to trick you with the chats. And when you speaking about your stuff, I would advise you not to watch the chats and just focus in on your message, because when you do, you're saying things that I already know, and I know you're telling the truth. So man, I would encourage you to keep on telling the truth and let the work speak for itself. Because if you're doing the things that you're saying,
that's what I am, though. I'm more on the work, man. I just, as you can tell, though, and it personally, when there is an issue, when you call somebody out, the work kind of gets cloudy, because people will focus and put all the shit towards the drama more so than the actual work that you do itself. And that becomes an issue, because you got so much bullshit going on right now.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, people don't realize the internet is a weird ass place.
Man, what you talking about?
Like, you will have the people that you look up to, and like, man, I heard, like, when you hear like the idols turn to rivals and all that shit, that people like to really see it, like the people that, like, you will hear somebody cheering you on till they think that you too big now.
Yep.
Like I hear Gilly tell me you done got too big. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yep. That what happened to me.
What does that even mean?
It means that they like you, but they don't like you up here. They like you when you're right here, and they up here. If you like this or you're like this, then now you owe them something. And
it's the strangest shit in the world, man.
Yeah, that's that crab in the bucket mentality. Like, I want to see people shine. I want to see people go. I believe in what I'm doing over here. You should believe in what you're doing over there.
100%.
There's no reason for me to hate on you, because me and you not even really doing the same thing. But even if we are, if I'm doing it good over here, you doing stuff good over there. Remember, they put gas stations right across the street from each other. And don't nobody come out the gas station talking about, motherfucker, don't sell no more gas over there, bitch. Like, it don't work like
McDonald's, Burger King, Walmart, Chick-fil-A,
right.
they always, I mean, Wendy's, they always in the same area.
Right.
And Wendy's don't care what Burger King or McDonald's, and none of them got going on. They're going to do their thing and they're going to sell theirs. But in our mindset, somebody's always taken away from us. And I'm like, yo, it's so much opportunity for everybody. Like, that's why I teach everybody that I possibly can how to make money in real estate. I couldn't possibly make all the money in real estate. I couldn't possibly I couldn't do it all on my own. Why not show people how to do this stuff?
Right. And that's what it's about. That's why I can. I'm sorry I didn't get to you earlier, man. It's been crazy. I got drama behind the scenes. I'm a one-man man. I'm trying to figure out. I didn't know about this Instagram thing. I'm trying to figure out how that worked. Figure out the internet.
Well, you old school as a motherfucker, man. So I'm trying to figure out how this shit works.
Man, I'm talking about for real. I'm not even gonna pretend. Like that's the honest truth. So I'm gonna be checking stuff. I'm gonna be getting better at it. But at the same time, the more I get better, the more people I want to be able to bring on and uplift, because it's some great people out there.
It is.
It's just they don't have the opportunity. They're steady looking for somebody to put them on when really you already on. And if you do it you start making that circle. If you do a donut with a car too many times, you make that circle. Eventually, it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's what we got to do. We all have to do what it is that we do, and then share the knowledge with other people. Because how I do something, you might look at it and assess it from the outside looking in and say, man, if he just tweaked that and do that, it would be better. And then now the other person might come behind you and say, well, dang, if he would have saw that, it would be better. And that's how you each one teach one. Everybody, we got people standing on each other's shoulders right now. And we got to stop that. We got to learn from each other. Everybody's on the same playing field. We just have different skill sets.
Kwame, I started a saying a couple years ago when I started building my community is, it's our turn.
Yeah.
Too many people take this me, it's all about me mindset. Like it has to be where we build with each other. It has to be from within. It has to be us uplifting and pulling each other up. It can't be the crab pulling you back down. It has to be literally where we're taking each other and we're going to lift each other up as high as we possibly can. And I believe in that wholeheartedly. I believe that if we take a community approach at how we take and look at finances, how we look at business, how we look at acquiring real estate, how we look at, just operating, even when we got police issues or personal issues inside the community, if we say it's our turn and we really believe in that, we can really uplift each other, man. This thing is it's all about us. It's the people, but the people have to hold each other accountable. The people have to be able to look at each other and say, hey, look, that's right and that's wrong. We should be able to always hold each other to a standard. If I'm fucking up, I don't have a problem with Kwame Brown saying, hey, Tony the closer, you look like a dickhead right here, man. You tripping.
I'm the same way.
Like, if I'm out of line, call me out.
Yeah.
If I get on a national platform and I say something that could cause harm to many people, I'm not going to get upset that somebody comes out here and say, bro, you sound like a damn fool. I'm not going to internalize that, because you got to look at it and say, hey, look, I might have overstepped my shit on that particular thing. I'm not going to now say, oh, I got beef with Kwame because he kept me on some shit. Like, no, look at, did you actually do something wrong? Now, if you just got somebody that's hating on you is one thing, but like, if you just really know you did some fucked up shit, don't try to double down and stand on it and then try to make other people seem like they're crazy. Eat your L and let's continue to grow. Like, I think too many people feel like we can't check each other or you can't be checked. Like, man, if I'm improper, fix it. Call me out. Like, and it doesn't always have to be where it's derogatory. It doesn't have to always be where it's disrespectful, but we got to make sure that we can have checks and balances or it's nothing.
Got somebody here keep saying I'm scamming the people. What the hell I'm scamming the people for?
That's people's favorite word is to say somebody's scamming some shit though. Like you don't have to take a dollar. I had people saying it's a scam and a free 31-day challenge. What the fuck is a scam? You ain't give me no money. I come in this bitch every day for free. You ain't had to swipe a credit card. Ain't had to give you your information or nothing. Right.
Them just gonna be the haters, man. It is what it is. I noticed on Facebook, I'm noticing with this social media, anything you talk about, you can come in with a stack of Bibles saying you love the Lord, and there's gonna be somebody that don't like you for it. So we just got to keep pushing on, living our truth, and just keep doing what we do.
Let me ask you something, because I the other day I know you had Angela Stanton on here, and I saw you kind of briefly touched on the Jason Lee, the Hollywood Unlocked. So a couple weeks ago, I saw Jason Lee make the pass on Safari that you saw, right? And I put up a video. I said, man, this is foul as fuck. So Jason Lee goes to his platform. He goes and digs up my criminal record and posts it on his on Hollywood Unlocked to say, hey, look, we ain't gonna support you no more, Tony the Closer, because you called me out.
Well, I mean, that doesn't replace the bad behavior, though.
Well,
Even if that has nothing to do with it.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, first off, he got mad because when I first seen him coming at Angela Stanton, and I had been following Angela. I wasn't very familiar with that at first, but I had been following her for a little bit. So I was watching when she went live with him. And then I watched as they actually edited and then posted lies on her. Like, see, it's one thing if you like, we always talk about protect black women, right? Kwame, you hear everybody yelling that shit left and right.
Sure.
Now, this man used his platform to go edit a video and lie and then call her all kind of nasty shit. See, I got a problem with that. And she wasn't even my sister. She wasn't my family member. She was just somebody I had followed on social media. But I had a problem with the fact we get quiet when shit wrong. Like I'm sitting here like, you just went and posted on Fox Soul that this lady attacked your mother and said all this nasty shit about her, and she never said none of that. I watched it. I watched it live with my own two eyes, so you can't tell me that's what happened. But
they just put it out there like that, and then we believe it because he has a large following, and whoever I'm starting to notice, whoever they like, and I said this before,
that's it.
Whoever they like is who they're gonna go with. You cannot sway them from who they like. If they like Jason Lee, if they like LeBron, if they don't like you, no matter what you say, they're not wrong. You're always wrong.
I really couldn't believe, like, when I watch people be quiet though. I commend you for bringing her and sharing your platform and letting because we got too many people that yell protect black women.
Yeah, right.
Black Lives Matter, all this other shit. And then the moment that you get an opportunity, everybody quiet. Nobody's saying shit. Like, how are these people that have these big ass platforms allowed to use their platforms to attack black people? Like, I ain't talking about, like, if you telling the truth, tell the truth. But don't go out here and you go edit some shit and then you go and start attacking somebody because you got a personal vendetta because she don't want her son to be a girl. Like, what? Yeah.
Well, she has two strikes against her. She's a Trump supporter. Nobody's gonna like her because of that. And so it's like they're not gonna listen. I didn't know she was a Trump supporter until she went on the Breakfast Club. I just didn't like the optics of three people attacking one person, and so it made me. I was the same way. I'm just like, man, I don't want to hear nothing she got to say. She said his name. That's what we were all taught. Like, I don't want to hear her.
Kwame, you and I were on the same page.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm still a man that came from a woman, so I still looked at her like, wait a minute, why are they doing her like that? They won't even let her finish her sentence. So then, based on that happening, it opened up my eyes to say, you know what? Let me not look at the person. Let me look up some of the things she said so that I can get a better understanding of why she said it. And once I did that, I was like, oh, I can separate the two. She can like whoever she want to like, but let me get the information. And that's what we can't do. We can't seem to separate the person from the information.
And that's very important. We got to understand that we can have a difference of opinion, but you don't have to be disrespectful. Like, I don't have to agree with everything that you do, Kwame. I don't have to agree with everything that you say. I don't have to agree with everything that you believe in.
Nor do I want you to, because you'll turn into Kwame. You can't be Kwame.
But what I can do is I can respect your opinion. We can have a difference of opinion, and we got to stop being so damn disrespectful to each other when we don't see eye to eye. Yo, if you like Trump, I like whoever over here or whatever. I didn't like either one of the candidates, right? But let's keep it what it is. Like, shit. a lot when I first heard Angela Stanton, I'm like,
yeah, I was like,
what are you talking about with Trump and all this stuff that's going on with race and everything else? I was guilty just like many people.
Yeah.
But then when you separate that and you kind of listen to her message and you see what she's standing on, then I'm looking at her a lot different
She
because
sound
I
like your
understand.
auntie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's
where we got to go.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's what I was just saying. Like I just wanted to go to a place where I could understand the difference of opinion without attacking somebody because I don't agree with all their beliefs. And that's what I had to do with her because she has some shit that's not what I'm going to agree with. But when it comes to just the fact that, like, when I watched what they were talking about with her child and things of that nature, I just was like, there is no way you should be able to tell a mother because you're gay, because you believe in that agenda, that now she must call her son what you think. That's disrespectful.
Yeah, that was out of bounds. Like
that's disrespectful to me.
When she brought it to that point where she said, "I pushed him out. I know what he is." I was just like, her body, her choice. You know, this is her child. I stayed out of it, and I'm just like, why can't other people do that as well? Like, this is a woman. This is her kid. You know, that should be a personal thing. That shouldn't be glorified on television. I don't even understand why does that make the news. That is their personal situation. That is a mother. So I respect her.
You know why it makes the news? Because the agenda is so heavy that they know if they bring it to the light, it's going to get all kind of attention, and that's what it does. Like it's polarizing. Everybody wants to argue over you know, who's have, you know, what's your sexual preference? What do you what gender are you? Like these are such hot topics. You got to think about what's happening right now. You know, with all the laws and legislation. This is what's being pushed and promoted. So you don't see it.
To me, I think the way we push back is we make it simple. We just look at behavior. I think people are hiding in groups to get a certain level of behavior. If you notice, I said it on my last live, that community, I don't want to misquote the letters, but that community, they can go down on Pride Week and they can have their stuff swinging in the middle of the streets and not go to jail. If me and you do that same thing, it's a decent exposure. That's bad behavior.
That shit that Jason Lee did with Safari,
I could never do that to a woman.
Bro, if you or me did that bullshit to a female, how fast would the charges be?
They would find the location where you did it from and you going to jail. Like you going straight to jail. Yeah, you going to jail. And so that's what we got to look at. If you could just forget the groups, forget whatever you call yourself. What is the behavior and does it change based on whatever group you call yourself? And you'll see that through line that if you call yourself and align yourself with certain groups, you get away with more bad behavior. And, you know, a lot of people are taking advantage of that. And I don't think we should let that happen. People that are heterosexual, we shouldn't feel obligated to be so hands off and so afraid to talk because they're people, they're humans just like us. If you have bad behavior, it's bad behavior. My mama would pop a gay boy on the hand or a gay woman on the hand just like she'd pop a little heterosexual boy or girl on the hand because of the behavior. And that's it. That's what we got to focus back on.
It's necessary quickly. Like we need to get a hold on it. It's getting out of control for sure.
Yeah. But brother, I want to, if you can take the last words, I want to thank you for coming on, man. You got my number. Shout your YouTube out. We definitely need to hear more from you, and definitely on the real estate side, because I think you know some things that I think that's why they keep trying to keep you confused with the drama, because when you actually pause the drama just for a second, I think you need to add it in a little bit because that's why people are coming to watch. But then give them those jewels that you have that, you know, that can make them a little better.
100%. So thank you first and foremost for sharing your platform with me. I really appreciate it. I love what you've been doing. You know, from a couple months ago when you got out here and you started raising hell, you know, everybody has been like, boy, y'all, you need to get with Kwame. Y'all really making moves and you bringing transparency, something that's really needed. So just respect to what you're doing, man. You know, even from the position of what you did as an athlete, you know, most people will never. wish they could. Never been there, never smell it. So respect to you and your career and everything that you did. For everybody that wants to find, me and get into my free training that we have going on right now, if you go to my Instagram page, Tony the Closer, you go to the link in my bio on that page. You can get into the 31-day challenge. You can start right now. Anything that you missed, you can actually go back and watch the replays. Every replay, everything is in there from the beginning of the month to now. So I want everybody to be educated. I want you to know how you can clean your credit. I want you to know how you can work on getting yourself together and then get into real estate. So this 31 days is all about showing you how to clean your credit. Even though you don't need credit to get started in real estate, I'm showing you how you can actually get in here, start, cleaning your credit, getting your finances in order. And then I'm also teaching you how you can start doing real estate, how you can start making money right now from home. So you can find my YouTube channel has a ton of free information on how to get into real estate. Tony the Closer, and then you can find my Instagram, Tony the Closer. You can go to RonaProofBook.com. This book is $37. This book, right on the front, it says how to make $5,000 or more without ever having to leave your house. See, the best thing what I teach you is I teach you how to make money without having to leave your house. So you could be, whatever your situation is, like you can make this work. I promise you. Like I have people that have literally went to 5 and 6 figures or 7 figures from using this exact step-by-step training. I break it down for a dummy, like literally in order. Like, so if you don't know jack shit, you never did real estate, you don't understand the real estate, I explain everything that you need to do. It's in order. You can go to RonaProofBook.com. Once again, RonaProofBook.com. I will, Kwame invites me back. I'll come back next week or whatever. I'll be glad.
You already invited. You already invited. We're gonna make sure we keep the drama down, and I'll do the drama before you get on. Make everybody laugh. But I think you got a good message.
So yes, please, man. I want y'all to really take advantage of this free information. I know people hear free, and they think it might be like there's no gimmick, there's no nothing. Like this is stuff that I have literally changed people's lives. It changed my life. 4 years ago, I was broke as hell. I promise you. Like I wasn't where I'm at right now. I have literally used these strategies. It has helped me. It has helped my family. And I want to make sure that you guys all have access to it. The free training is RonaProof.com. If you want to get that book right now, you can go to RonaProofBook.com. My YouTube channel is Tony the Closer. My Instagram, Tony the Closer. It's verified. You can find me. I really appreciate everybody that's showing love. Kwame, thank you for having me on here. And much respect, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much, man. I'll see you back next week. You got my line, man. So don't hesitate to call or text or reach out, man. I'm gonna reach out to you behind the scenes. I want to ask you questions offline too. So, man, I appreciate you for coming by. And if you need me to come to your platform, I'll be there.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Kwame. Thank you so much, brother.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot.
All right.
That's how you build, people. I want to ask y'all something. Still think I'm crazy? Yeah. Kwame, you are a good host. You ask good questions all day. You allow callers to enlighten us on good gems. Yeah, I mean, y'all hear me talk shit all day long. Y'all hear me joking. Y'all see me rattling chains. I'm not going to bring somebody